Welcome to another presentation of the Silentsports video blog. This is episode 203. Today's date is October 8th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching the Silentsports Gaming channel. Thank you for all the support. I'm Troy West, and thank you for joining me for another Silentsports video blog. Big show today. MLB playoffs started yesterday. A lot of big upsets. We'll look at all four games and look ahead to today's action, as it's an elimination day for some teams. So we'll see who will survive or who will be eliminated as the division series starts next week. And baseball playoffs. NBA news, everybody's talking about the Warriors, the J. Gray, Jordan Poole situation. I might get my little quick thoughts, 2 cents in on that. And just look around at the preseason, little small tidbits from the preseason. So not a lot of NBA stuff other than the Draymond Green thing. And NFL week 5. We're already at week 5. We'll look back at the Thursday night game, if you want to call it a game. That was, well, I didn't see the game, but just look at the highlights was hard to look at. But the Colts got the win in overtime, 12-9 over the Broncos the Thursday night. And our big 5 games for the week, and all my picks for week 5 coming up. And just a look ahead to what's coming up with the channel. I was live. Thank you everybody who joined me for my lives 2 days in a row, 3 days in a row, because I was on Wednesday as well. So Twitch, like I said, all my information is in my profile here on the YouTube channel, and in most of my videos I try to put on my outlets. So join me on Twitch every Wednesday and YouTube every Thursday for sure. So next Thursday, I don't know, I might just go ahead and do the NBA preview special. I put that out there when I'm going to do that. The season only a week and a half away. I think it starts Tuesday. What's coming up, like the 17th, 18th, something like that. So you know, I do a preview show on that. I always like to do it the day before, but if I have to do it a little sooner, that's fine. Because I like to see if, you know, like if we have some type of injury or something in the preseason, I can have my predictions ready. But that's coming. Sonic Origin Sonic Origin videos, they're becoming daily. I got a boss rush video up from Sonic 1, and everybody's pretty much watching that, so I appreciate that. That's starting to get traction. My first Sonic Origin video, that's almost about 1,700 views. So Sonic Origins has really done well, really boosted up the channel. Still more Last of Us as well. Probably will be another video. I might do one tomorrow morning if I can fit it in, or tonight, because I'm really starting to enjoy the game myself. So I try to do at least one during the weekend. I don't know if it'll be Saturday night, Sunday night. But it's sports weekend, so we got MLB The Show, we got Madden today, week 5, Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Madden today. And I might squeeze in a 2K video in between that. So that's all that's coming up on the channel, you know, in the recent weeks. So, well, we only got 2 weeks to Modern Warfare. Well, less than 2 weeks, Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty. So that's going to be a big night. We're going to go live. I already announced it on Friday, the 21st of October. We will be live. Me, and I'm saying we because my bro, Don Parker, I know he's going to be on. Probably play that all night long. Well, not all night long. We'll probably play for a few hours for sure. So definitely join us that night. But let's get to the blog. MLB playoffs. A lot of surprises, upsets yesterday. The only team that really took care of business was the Cleveland Guardians, as they was able to win game 1 in an early afternoon game against the Tampa Bay Rays to take a 1-0 lead. Basically, Sean Beaver pitched a gem of a game, and then Jose Ramirez, who's been their catalyst all season long, hit the 2-run home run, and it was enough to win that game 2-1. The surprises are coming. The second game of the day, actually saw most of it. The Philadelphia Phillies at the St. Louis Cardinals. Cardinals controlled the game. Got good pitching for their starters, but the bullpen came in blew the game. Phillies able to score 6 runs in the ninth. Cardinals added a run. They wound up winning. I mean, Philly wound up holding on, winning it 6-3. Then the third game of the day, the Seattle Mariners shut out the Toronto Blue Jays on the road to take a 1-0 lead in that series. And the night game last night was the Mets hosted the Padres. So the Mets are facing elimination as the Padres poured on in the 6th, and they wound up winning it 7-1 over the New York Mets. So big games today for the eliminators. So that means the Rays, the Blue Jays, the Mets, and the Cardinals are all facing elimination. So 3 road teams won yesterday, which was baseball. I mean, road. I mean, being at home matters, but it don't. To me, it don't matter as much. I think it's just the rules of you having the last at bat. I think that's really the only advantage, and the crowd too. The crowd is on your side, but I think far as like emotion and all that stuff, I think it don't affect it too much, in my opinion. By the way, because ain't like I never been in that situation. But so the lineup today, Guardians and Rays again. First game of the day, just afternoon, 12:07 pitch. Let's look at the pitching matchup. But I said I think the Guardians is going to make this quick. They tackled just a little bit inconsistent. As the Rays turning to Glass now, who's a decent pitcher, and India's putting out McKenzie. So that's the pitcher matchup. But I still think Cleveland are going to somehow pull it out and win that game. But I wouldn't be surprised if Tampa wins, make it force a game 3. Mariners at Blue Jays. Blue Jays was my World Series pick, as y'all know. But they faced elimination already. Kevin Gausman will step on the mound for the Toronto Blue Jays today against Robbie Ray for Seattle. As we look, that's a full 7 pitch start. Then the middle game, the third game, Padres Mets. Padres, like I said, they looked shaky coming down the stretch, but they try to finish it off, and they go to Blake Snell against Jacob deGrom. Well, Jacob deGrom is the truth, so I'd be surprised if the Padres can get to him. But this is a big game. All of these games are big, but I think the Mets will survive and force a game 3. And Phillies Cardinals is the late game. Well, the last game of the day, 8:37 start. Let's see the pitcher matchup here. Austin Nola for Philadelphia against Malokis. I think I was pronouncing his name right, hopefully. The St. Louis Cardinals. I'm afraid of the Cardinals. I'm a Braves fan, so I wouldn't mind seeing Philadelphia upset them, but I just don't think. I think the Cardinals just too too disciplined. I think they somehow win this game. So I think only series that might end the day is the Tampa Guardians series. I think the other one's gonna go to game 3s. I think the Mets will bounce back. I think the Cardinals will bounce back, and I think the Blue Jays will still bounce back today and force some game 3. So it'll be another game 3 Sunday for all those teams. But it'd be huge if the Mets get knocked out or if the Blue Jays get knocked out. It's going to put a lot of monkey wrenches into the playoffs. I think the Yankees are probably rooting for Seattle because I don't think they want to see Toronto. The Blue Jays will go to Houston. I think they'd rather play Seattle. Well, I think Seattle, matter of fact, I don't think it matters to Houston because Seattle ain't going to be afraid of them because they're the division winner. They're in the same division. Let's just say if everybody win the day, that means it'll be, let's go back to the schedule here. So everybody wins that won yesterday. So Cleveland will go to the Yankees. I think the Yankees, that might go 5, like I think I said that. Now if Seattle wins, they will go to Houston. I think that'd be an interesting series. I think Houston will still beat them, but I don't think the Mariners will be afraid. If the Padres get the upset, they will go to who's the other team? It's the Braves and the Dodgers. They will go play. They'll play the Dodgers. So again, you won't be afraid of the Dodgers because they're in the same division. So not saying it's about being afraid of being. I just I don't think they'd be intimidated. Maybe that's the word I should use. And if Philly win, they will have to play my Braves, and I think that element includes my Braves as well. Philly not going to be too intimidated by them, but I just think the Braves are so much better than the Phillies. I just think it won't matter. I think the Cardinals capable of pushing the series a little bit more. So as a Braves fan, I'm rooting for the Phillies. I respect the Cardinals, so I wouldn't mind seeing the Cardinals get by. But it's going to be some interesting games today. So we'll see who bounce back. Everybody gets swept or what. But so far, I like this new format, the playoffs. Like I said, if you're not a baseball fan, definitely watch some of these games. It's intense. It's just much more. Just leave you on the edge of your seat. It's just got a different vibe to it than the regular season baseball game. So definitely check these games out. 4 games a day. They all on ESPN, unfortunately for me. But that's fine. I'll keep up with them today. Probably do a little short on it tomorrow, especially if it's any upsets. So on my Sunday, I usually do a short on Sunday. So look out for that tomorrow. All right, let's move on to the NBA. Let's go ahead and get this out the way. Jordan Poole, Draymond Green fight in practice. The tape got leaked. Everybody probably saw it by now. I'm trying to pull up the article as well. Yeah, because I just want to see if there's any more details. Because to me, just as a fan and from the outside looking in, before the tape, I'm gonna break it down twice. Before the tape, I was like, okay, it happens. That's what everybody was saying. This happens. But then once the tape came out, people thinking this much deeper. Draymond apologized and blah blah blah. A lot of people said Jordan Poole not going to be able to live that down, especially now that the tape is out. So that might cause some friction throughout the season or some animosity. But like I said, whoever leaked that tape, they going down for sure. Fired on the spot as soon as they find out who did this. That's why I was saying, I think I said it somewhere yesterday, I think on my live, that hopefully TMZ paid them some good money, because they're gonna be out of job for a little while. So yeah, the Warriors tried to get to the bottom of who leaked the tape. Yeah, Draymond Green apologized. I'm reading the article now, or skimming through it. But yeah, that was a huge punch though. Like, he tried to say, like, I don't want to use the word kill, but he tried to hurt him. It wasn't that was some force matter. So there's really no more details other than the tape. But I don't know. Like I said, that's why I want to see. People say it got to be personal, because of how it went down. It probably was something deeper than basketball, possibly. But will we ever find that out? We don't know. Now that this tape been leaked, I know both Draymond and Jordan Poole not going to talk so much. But he did apologize. Now, Draymond Green, let me just stick on him because everybody talked about him. Of course, he's the biggest name, even though Jordan Poole is an up-and-coming player for the Warriors. I mean, everybody got their opinion about Draymond. Like, did he cost them the finals that year? Was it 2015 when he got into it with LeBron? Pretty much a somewhat enforcer, somewhat bully to a lot of people opinion. But in today's NBA, that's why he got so much value, because there's not too many guys like him. As far as talent on the basketball court, yeah, you can argue he's not as good as certain players. Will he fit in with another team? That's came up. But I don't know. Like, I would want him on my team, to be honest with you, just to have somebody I know that will ride for you. Like I said, but talent, I mean, he has his own talents. He's a good passer of the basketball. I think he knows how to initiate the offense. He's a good defender. Not a legit scorer. We all can agree on that. He's not a consistent scorer. But he can score when you need him to sometimes. But he has a lot of value, especially to the Warriors. But people start to think maybe this is one of his final straws, or he's close to his final straw. And Jordan Poole, I like Jordan Poole, but to put this out there, I think he's good, but I still don't think he's on the level that people put him at yet. Yeah, he had a good season. He's came through at certain with big shots or whatever. He's a good 3-point shooter, but he ain't on Clay and Steph level to me. I think just like Draymond, he fits into the Warriors. Like any other team, he'd just be another shooter. That's my opinion on him. Now he could prove me wrong. Just make a second step forward this season, but for me, he's coming, but he's not there yet, in my opinion. Some people are already anointing this guy, but I don't think he's at that level yet, in my opinion. So, but we'll see things, maybe more things will come out later on. But only why I say it's somewhat of a big deal because of how now that we've seen the tape, like tape changes everything, right? Like before we knew the tape, people was like, well, this ain't a big deal, and they just kiss and hug and make up. But Draymond tried to hurt that man, so like I said, we don't know. We probably never know full details unless one of them two speak out about it. But it could derail. I mean, it could be one small thing to make a difference. In the Western Conference, there's no margin for error. There's too many good teams out there. Even though, I mean, some people say the West is overrated. And I was only why I kind of get that because it's a lot of question marks. All the teams, there's a lot of question marks. Let's just say the Clippers, and I wanted to talk about the Clippers. As they've been talked about this week, now that they're fully healthy, Kawhi's back, that they're favored in the West. They're capable because Kawhi, what Kawhi can do on both sides of the defense and offense. Paul George, to me, is a solid player. He comes up short of certain, in clutch moments, but that could change. The core of the team is just a decent team. Like I said about Phoenix. I think the Suns not as good as people think they are. The Nuggets, can they stay healthy? Lakers with their problems, but they have the talent that they can flip it and make a run. Memphis, they still too young. Hopefully the playoff experience make them a better team, or is they overrated? So there's a lot of question marks out west. The East is definitely looking stronger. Milwaukee, Brooklyn, I really like Brooklyn. If Ben Simmons come and play his role, I think they'll be a contender out there. Miami ain't gonna go on nowhere. Boston with their issues off the court too, but can Brogdon stabilize that point guard position? Philadelphia with James Harden looks motivated, which is everybody in the league should be worried about that. If Joel Embiid stay healthy, Philadelphia would be a factor. So the East just look a lot stronger. So I think that's probably why people say the West ain't as strong. I mean, I think it's starting to even itself out a little bit this season. So but we didn't figure all that out. But as far as with the Clippers, like I said, with Kawhi and Paul George alone, it should go far. I like Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson's underrated. I think he'd be huge again for them this year. The other pieces you just don't know where they fit in or not, but the Clippers will definitely be a factor. The West is just stacked. It's just no terrible team in the West, from the top to the bottom. It's really no horrible team. Even Houston, with they young guys, they're gonna push you some nights as well. So Oklahoma City as well. Two young teams, even though they lost their rookie for the season. But I think the East is the same way. It's a little bit deeper. the bottom of the young guys like Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell now there. Let's see what they do. Charlotte, can they continue to build on what they done? The Hawks to me is a sleeper and a monkey wrench because you kind of don't know what you're gonna get out the Hawks either. So I mean, it's NBA. It's a good thing. It's a lot of talent. It's a lot of decent teams out there. Basically, you can't chalk up a win for nobody. You're gonna have to come and play every night. You ain't gonna just waltz in there and beat somebody. So it should be an interesting season. So we go, like I said, probably in about a few weeks, we will I do a special preview special, give my predictions or what I think is going to happen in the NBA and the season, the finals, all the good noise that I normally do every year. So make sure you join me for that in the next week or so. I know it's like 9 days left till the season starts, so it'll be that next week. Probably I might, like I said, most likely the day before the season starts. Okay, let's move over to the NFL. Week 5 is here. Quick look back at the Colts and Broncos game from Thursday night. It was on Amazon Plus, Amazon Prime, I believe it's called. But it was a terrible game. Just sloppy, a lot of turnovers by both sides. Like, what's going on with Russell Wilson, man? Like, I really believe in Russ, but I don't know what's going on with him. I mean, everybody said Denver made a mistake. I ain't gonna go that far. It's still early in the season. They still 2-3. They still got a lot of talent. I just think Russell need to wind it back. Gather himself and just do what he used to do. A lot of people say he's not running as much as he did in Seattle. As far as like breaking out the pocket, running for yards and stuff like that. I don't know what the theory is on that. Somebody said maybe now he's a sort of a family man now. He don't want to get hurt. Like his head not always in the game. The way his pre-speeches and all that stuff don't make it seem like he's or thinking about 1 foot out the door with the game. So I don't know, but wherever it is, he gotta figure it out because Kansas City looks sharp again. I think the Raiders ain't dead or the Chargers, so you got no room for error. But look at the Colts side. The Colts, they beat the Chiefs and then they win this game. But they, Matt Ryan don't look right either. He looked like he's done. Like he's past anything he can do. But they was able to pull out the win in overtime. They get the 2-2-1. Denver fell to 2-3. But other than that, not much to talk about with this game. Just if Russell Wilson can he turn it around and get Denver back on track, we'll see. But I believe in him. Like I said, I ain't gonna give up on him yet. I think it's just everything's new. Everybody gotta get used to everybody. I think that's more what it is than him basically losing a step or not being focused, so but like I said, they can't keep afford to lose no games, so he gotta turn it around quickly. Let's move on to the picks now. Interesting week 5, couple of interesting games on here. As we go start in London, and this made my big 5. The 3-1 New York Giants and the 3-1 Green Bay Packers. Now, a lot of people saying the Giants are pretty much a fraud. Yeah, you look at some of the wins they had, it's not against nobody really impressive. Packers, you could sort of say the same about them. Well, Tampa, I guess, but Tampa's only 2-2, but Tampa is probably their biggest win so far. This game is in London, so I think it's going to have a different feel to it. Saquon Barkley been playing huge. But they got Green Bay as an 8-point favorite. I think that's kind of large. Like I said, even though Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers, their offense hasn't been consistent enough yet that I think they can win by more than 8. I think the Giants will hang around. It's who's gonna make a big play. I think it's going to decide this game. But I still think Green Bay will win. I just think they better, a little bit better defensively. I think they're gonna force some turnovers on the Giants and take advantage of that. But the 8 points, I would say I would bet under that. I would say it would be a closer game than 8. Being in London, like I said, both teams, the weird circumstances. So I think 8 is a big line. I will go under, but I still think Green Bay will win the game. Steelers at Bills. Steelers got the big overtime win against Cincinnati in week 1, but since then haven't looked great. They turned to the rookie Prickett. He will start this Sunday, but I think the Bills are going to be all over him at home. I think the Bills hit this try 14 points. Yeah, I can see it, but if I was a bad bet, I would say it'd be closer. It might be a 10-point win. I don't know. I still got enough respect for the Steelers that they might make it a closer game than 14. But I got the Bills with it. It would be an easy win for the Bills, though, as far as the margin of victory. Chargers at Browns. Chargers 2.5 favorites on the road. Browns, like I said, they keep shooting themselves in the foot over and over again. And I think the Chargers will go in there and get the win. But I think it'll be close. I think the 2.5 is pretty much right. I think the Chargers win by a field goal. Bears at Vikings. I got the Vikings here. The Bears, like I said, just up and down as well. Minnesota 7.5, maybe too big of a line. But the Vikings, could they get this win? I think this would be huge for them. Build some momentum, build some confidence for Kirk Cousins going on for the rest of the season. And I think they will win the game. Lions at Patriots. I'm gonna go with the upset. I'm gonna go with the Lions here. I think Matt Jones ain't ready yet. And even if he is, I don't think he's going to be as sharp. But the Lions defense is so bad. Like, I think they got, other than the Ravens secondary, theirs got to be worse. I know they give it up more points, but wow, like they really should be. They should be like 3-1 instead of 1-3. In some of the games they should have won. But I'm gonna go with them here just because the Patriots quarterback situation. Seahawks at Saints. Gotta go with the Saints, right? Something ain't going on, right? I think they start Andy Dalton. I guess they benched Jameis Winston. I don't know if he's hurt or he just been benched because he haven't played well. Geno Smith, another monster game. I wouldn't be too surprised if Seattle win this game. They 5-point dogs though. By the way, the Patriots line is New England 3 points, so they basically even. But I'm gonna go with the Saints here. I mean, I just don't think they can fall down anymore. Seattle, like I said, is still a little bit too inconsistent. Dolphins at Jets. This is an interesting game because Tua is out, so it's Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy Bridgewater can hold his own though, and I think the Dolphins will do enough there. I think they win the game. I think it's gonna be a close, tight game, but I think they beat the Jets. On tomorrow. Chargers and Browns were one of my big 5 games, by the way, too. But it was hard to pick them this week. Falcons and Buccaneers, big game for the Bucks. Don't want to fall to Atlanta. Falcons have played pretty decently in their 4 games. So they get to be tight. They got Tampa by 10. That's too high, especially the way Tampa been playing. I can't put 10 on it. But I think they'll get the win. I just think just gonna be too much for the Falcons. I think they'll make it close and then Tampa pull away late. Titans at Commanders. I gotta go with the Titans here. The Commanders just don't look consistent to me. Titans, like I said, they ain't gonna. Mike Drewer ain't gonna let these guys just fall off the mat. So I think the Titans get the win here to keep things going. Texans at Jags. Got the Jags. The Jags been looking pretty decent at 2-2. Texas still winless, but has that tie with the Colts. But I think the Jaguars, I think you're starting to see some type of identity with these guys. So I'm gonna go with the Jags at home. 49ers, Panthers. I'm gonna go with the Niners here. The Panthers, to me, too inconsistent. Baker Mayfield ain't found his way yet. I think the 49ers on the road wins that game. One of my big 5 games, Cowboys at Rams. I'm gonna go with the Rams, but I think the Cowboys cannot pull this upset here. With the defense, both teams' offensive lines have been bad. So I think it's whoever dominates that the most will win this game, but I think it will be the Rams. I think the Rams will win. Dallas, with Michael Parsons in that front line. Cooper Rush is the quarterback, who's played pretty decently. Matthew Stafford doesn't look great right now either, but hopefully the offensive line should help keep him clean. And like I said, the Rams running game to me ain't consistent. Dallas is either. So I think it'll be tight, but I think the Rams will pull it out and get the 3-2. Eagles, Cardinals, only undefeated teams. The Eagles against the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals again, not consistent. They gotta, they don't got that long to wait for DeAndre Hopkins, but they definitely need him back. Kyler Murray, can he keep the Cardinals in this game? I'm not sure. Jalen Hurts looked great. We'll see if he makes this next step here. And it's now a lot of attention about to come to the Eagles, so can they handle that? I think they will. I think they win the game on the road. Sunday Night Football. Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens 3.5 favorite. I don't feel good about this game. As a Ravens fan, I don't feel good. Ravens got the worst secondary in the league, literally. I think they ranked 32nd in pass defense. I just heard this morning. So Joe Burrow, if he got time, basically if we don't get to him, he's going to torture us like he did last year. So if that happens, of course the Ravens going to have a tough time. But can they hold on in the second half? So a lead ain't going to matter. Can the Ravens make adjustments in the second half? I said that on Facebook. I think it's the Ravens' biggest problem. They don't make no adjustments. Like they just roll out the same game plan in the second half. You can't do that. Even if you're doing well, you gotta throw some more wrinkles in there. They scored a point last week in the second half, so they going in a half without scoring. But as a fan, I'm gonna just say the Ravens gonna win this game. Like I said, they gotta contain Burrow, and the Lamar Jackson gotta have to one of his games tomorrow to pull out the win. So I'm gonna go with the Ravens. 3.5 sounds about right. And Monday Night Football, Raiders at Chiefs. I know the Raiders just got a big win, but I think the Chiefs are rolling. I think they beat the Raiders, but I think the Raiders gonna wind up making a push for that playoff spot near the end of the season. I think they will go on a little bit of a roll. But I think right now Kansas City is the team to look at as Mahomes almost lost his, lost my train of thought. The Chiefs, really look great against Tampa, against that defense. So I think it'll be more of the same, and I think they win this game on Monday night. So that's my week 5 picks for week 5. As we about to wrap up this show. I've been up since 3 this morning, so I'm pushing it. I did the 2 lives last night. Like I said, I thank everybody for coming through. Last night, all my new subscribers, I'm at 108 now, so I got a few this week. Like I said, the Boss Rush video is doing well. But like I said, just for today, like I said, I'll record this blog now, or take a little quick nap. Get up around noon, do the Madden video, Buffalo Bills season, going against the Pittsburgh Steelers today. So you'll see that later on. Maybe a Last of Us video today, maybe, or tomorrow. And then we got MLB The Show tomorrow morning, as we're in the baseball playoffs as well. So that's what's coming up immediately. But days coming up the next few weeks is more Last of Us, more Sonic Origins, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Less than 2 weeks. Friday night, October 21st. I will be live right here on YouTube to give you that play action. And thanks to everybody again for the birthday love. My birthday was Thursday. Thanks to everyone who commented and reached out to me on social media. To all my friends and family, just everybody, thank you once again. I appreciate your love. I appreciate the support. My subscribers as well. Some of them reached out and said happy birthday, so thank you. I might just hang out with my bro tomorrow, but I ain't do nothing special this year. Now next year at 40, well, hopefully I moved by then, but if not, if I'm still here, hopefully I'll do something more special next year for my 40th birthday. But I turned 39 on Thursday, so like I said, I thank you guys so much for all this love and support. So with that being said, let's wrap up this video today. I'll see you guys. My next live is Wednesday on Twitch. Don't know exactly what I'm doing yet, but I'll announce something around Monday, Tuesday, so look out for that. And then we're live next Thursday. Probably most likely gonna be the Vanguard or NBA 2K23. It's gonna be one of those two games for sure on YouTube. Twitch, I don't know what I'm gonna do for Twitch yet. So, but let me get up out of here. I need to take a nap badly. I barely can keep my eyes open, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I do all this for you guys and for myself too, but I do this for you guys. Sacrifice time, which I don't have a lot of in the first place, but I try to do my work around all the work that I'm doing here. So thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys for coming and joining me today. Week 5, that felt big. MLB playoffs are big. Big college football games today as well, so check that out. And I see you guys on Wednesday night, and I talk to you guys throughout the week. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I'll show you what you just watched the Silentsports Gaming Channel episode, the Silentsports Video Blog episode 203. Thank you very much. Talk to you guys next time. Thank you.